Hey everybody, I'm back here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts after a little bit of a travel schedule, and thank you for bearing with the lack of videos as much because I've been running all over. But this one is a good one. If you remember, I did a video, and I'll have it floating above. Beginning of the year, there was a couple things that happened with Joe Biden related towards the Supreme Court. You see, the anti-gunners and the leftists are very, very pissed off that in theory, it's a 6-3 majority of constitutional conservatives. There we go. Mouth wasn't working. But we kind of know that it's really not. Maybe 5-4. But they're very concerned because of, that case that starts on November 3rd related to New York's pistol license scheme. They did there's a couple things that went on. So Joe Biden commissioned signed an executive order creating the White House Commission on the Supreme Court. And their job was to look at all kinds of things, including adding justices so that they could be in power again. Also to come up with term limits and other things that could help the court depoliticize. Now, many of us at that time said this would do nothing but politicize the court, and the party in perceived power could really never lose power if this were to happen. And then we had an actual bill submitted by Senator Markey here in Massachusetts and the Penguin Jerry Nadler in New York. And while we have a 50-50 makeup in the Senate, nothing like that will pass the Senate. It just won't. However, we're not going to have a 50-50 split or a pro-Constitution majority all the time, so that is still a risk as long as these anti-gunners and these anti-Americans are in Congress. But that 36-member bipartisan commission that Biden created yesterday came out with its recommendations, and I'm going to give you a couple of quotes from these. And I'm going to say that this is a shot below the belt to Biden and the crazed anti-constitutionalists because of some of the things that this commission has said. It doesn't mean that they're not going to still try to pack the Supreme Court. And yes, we've already covered that in another video, that they can pack the Supreme Court. It's been done several times throughout history. Watch that video if you haven't. But I'm going to give you some quotes here from this commission that I'm sure Biden was not anticipating. One of the things the committee said related to adding justices to the Supreme Court said it would pose considerable risks and might further politicize the court. And again, this is their preliminary draft document that came out yesterday, and they're supposed to have some type of public meeting today. If I can find more information on that, I'll put it out. But today they're actually going to formalize this report and then give it to Biden by mid-November. And Psaki was asked about this the other day, and Circle Back Jen verified that that's still going to happen. So this is what's in this document that's going to Bobo. Now, one thing that these members of this committee were in favor of were term limits and then staggering appointments over time for justices so that you didn't have an ability for one president to add 3 justices like what happened under the Trump presidency. They're really pissed off about that still. However, to change that, the type of how a justice gets appointed, that would require an amendment to the Constitution. Another quote from the commission related to adding seats, it said that relating the seats would clearly be lawful. Like I said, it's been done before in the past. But it also said the risks of court expansion are considerable, including that it could undermine the very goal of some of its proponents of restoring the court's legitimacy. Rather than calm the controversy surrounding the Supreme Court, expansion could further degrade the confirmation process. A future Senate could respond by refusing to confirm any nominee. Related to term limits, they said that term limits would advance our Constitution's commitments to checks and balances and popular sovereignty. And they said that related to each president being able to appoint only 2 justices per 4-year term, which is a direct shot at what happened under the Trump presidency. They said that can enhance the court's legitimacy in the eyes of the public because appointments will appear fairer, less arbitrary, and more predictable. And that is a direct response to Merrick Garland not even getting an opportunity to be confirmed. But if you've noticed, he is now the Attorney General of the United States, and he has been one hell of an unconstitutional hack. And he's the Attorney General. He's theoretically the top cop in the land, and he is assisting the most unconstitutional president ever in reaching some goals of the communists. And one more thing that the commission said is that the United States, quote, is the only major constitutional democracy in the world that has neither a retirement age nor a fixed term of years for its high court justices. A, it's a constitutional republic, and B, should be term limits across the board, Congress included. That's one thing I think everybody can wrap their heads around and agree on is these people, it was never supposed to be a lifetime appointment of going in and getting a $140,000 salary and within 10 years being worth $25-30 million, Ray Pelosi. But that's some stuff that's come out of this draft, and if I can get an actual copy that I can put out, I will. And I ask that you share this, but court packing, it's not dead yet. It can still happen, but the commission clearly isn't in favor of it the way that Biden and his crybabies have pushed it. But we'll have to wait and see what this full report says once it's given to the president in mid-November. I appreciate you all so much more than you know. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you want to support the channel, there's ways in the description of every video. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.